You are probably considering intermittent fasting, right? Yes, you clicked on this video because you want to know what happens when you try intermittent fasting. Let's skip the unnecessary intro and get straight to the point. This is me before starting intermittent fasting. And this is me about 6 months after starting intermittent fasting. Pretty good progress, right? Yes, intermittent fasting worked quite well for me. I think I hardly experienced any muscle loss during my weight loss period, after I stopped overlooking these 4 things. Hi, I'm Johan Kim. Welcome to my channel. Today, I want to talk about 4 misconceptions about intermittent fasting. While it's true that intermittent fasting has many benefits for diet and health, it seems that people don't realize that if it's done incorrectly, it can harm not only their diet, but also their health. So, through this video, I want to correct some of the common misinformation people have about intermittent fasting. And before we start the video, to avoid confusion, let's define the term intermittent fasting, which I'm using during this video, more clearly. It means time-restricted eating, like the 16.8 intermittent fasting method. Anyway, let's get started. The first misconception is thinking that intermittent fasting is an easier diet. Some people say, I've skipped breakfast for my entire life, then I've practiced intermittent fasting, right? I know it's kind of a joke, but some people actually think intermittent fasting is nothing more or less than skipping breakfast. They focus too much on the fasting period and think that as long as they eat within the 16-hour window, they will reap all the benefits of intermittent fasting. But that's not true. Of course, if you're someone who eats from the moment you wake up until just before you go to bed, simply restricting your eating window can significantly reduce your calorie intake. There are people who lose weight this way. But losing weight is not everything. What matters first is your health. And to do intermittent fasting properly and healthily, there are more things you need to keep in mind than you might expect. So if your reason for trying intermittent fasting is simply that it seems like an easier and simpler method, I want to tell you that's not correct. And I will explain why doing intermittent fasting properly and healthily is more complicated than you might think with the following 3 misconceptions. The second misconception is that intermittent fasting gives you a free pass to eat whatever you want, as much as you want. Some people say they've lost weight through intermittent fasting while freely eating whatever they want. This can sound very appealing to others, but this is an overly extreme way of promoting it. Intermittent fasting does not mean you can eat whatever you want as much as you want. There is no diet in the world where you can eat anything you want, as much as you want, and still lose weight and be healthy. Instead, if you are fasting, you need to make sure you eat clean and nutrient-rich foods to avoid nutrient deficiencies before you fast and after you fasted. And the main goal of intermittent fasting is not only weight loss, but also restoring our body's metabolic functions to a healthy state. And for people who only care about weight loss, our body burns fat more effectively when they are in a healthy state. During the fasting period, insulin resistance improves, and our body's metabolic functions start to recover. However, if you eat sugary, fried junk food right after resetting your metabolism by fasting, your body will become confused. And this may actually have a very negative impact on your health. Therefore, you need to pay more attention to eating healthy and clean foods before and after fasting so that your body can keep restoring your metabolism into a healthy state and be ready for the next fasting. And one more thing, especially for those doing intermittent fasting, it's crucial to ensure sufficient protein intake. So it's recommended to consume at least 1 to 1.5 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight each day. And to follow these guidelines, I'm pretty sure that it's very hard to eat anything you want in your eating window. And the third misconception is believing that you need to starve yourself immediately. Some people, after hearing about the benefits of intermittent fasting, become so excited that they end up starving themselves drastically. Of course, I have great respect for their willpower and self-control, but fasting, like exercise, requires gradual training. Yes, fasting does give your stomach a rest, but you have to know that fasting is also a form of stress on your body. And too sudden stress on your body can bring you many negative effects. Therefore, for those who find it difficult to start with 16-8, it's still okay to first stop eating at night, and once that becomes easier, gradually delay breakfast to extend the fasting period over time. It's still a very good progress. If you extend fasting periods too long, you might overeat due to compensatory behavior, and setting fasting times too long from the beginning is not sustainable. Willpower is also a limited resource. Therefore, gradually increasing your fasting duration while avoiding burnout is important. In my initial time of intermittent fasting journey, I tried 18.6 fasting to get the result as quick as possible and to test my willpower. And although it helped me lose weight a little faster, it was really hard to maintain, and I often overrated during eating periods, so quieted it. But after gradually training at 14:10 and then 16:8, I can now maintain 18.6 without any issues, and even do 24 when I feel I need to fast longer. Not everyone can do it perfectly from the start, and it's okay to start slowly. So listen to your body and gradually increase your fasting time. And the last but not least, technically, it's not a misconception. I guess it's more about my wish for people who watch this video. You should train your muscles. I know it's already hard enough not to eat from morning and at night, but now you even need to do weight training? But hear me out. It is scientifically true that you may lose your lean body mass faster when you practice fasting regularly. Even though I am a big fan of intermittent fasting and I would try everything to give a convincing information for the people who do not think it's good, I can't deny that fasting can cause muscle loss faster to people who practice fasting without regular weight training than normal people. No matter what, you must prevent the loss of lean body mass. Beyond it helps you look more attractive, muscle mass plays a crucial role in your physical functions. Having more muscle makes daily activities easier, helps with weight loss, and prevents fat accumulation more effectively than having less muscle, and is also more effective in preventing chronic diseases. Therefore, even if you simply want to lose weight, preserving muscle mass is not an option, but a necessity. So at least 2 or 3 times per week, you need to do resistance training so that your body keeps your muscle mass, and I think the best way to maintain your lean body mass is simply weight training. So, that's the video on the 4 misconceptions people have about intermittent fasting. As mentioned earlier, intermittent fasting is not as simple as it seems. However, if you follow it correctly, it can lead to powerful weight loss effects and health improvements. Everything is difficult at first, but everything will be messed up if you keep seeking only the easy path, so embrace the challenge and the discipline. Then you will be able to achieve everything you want. I don't know exactly what your fitness goals are, but I hope this video helps you achieve your goals more easily and quickly. Anyway, this has been Johan Kim. See you.